We're in the so-called rock and roll capital of the world, Cleveland, Ohio, at First Energy Stadium on the shores of Lake Erie. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Las Vegas Raiders. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. First down, Mariota. And trying to get it to Ruggs, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick six.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
But now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now a give to Jacobs running right. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Complete to his running back, Kenyon Drake. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Mariota. Throw left side complete. That's Drake. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. From the 35 on 2nd down, Mariota, he finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. To throw Mariota. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. And he missed it. It's no good.
It's been a nightmare season. You're well under 500. Your defense hasn't really kept in a lot of games. And now it's spilling over to the kicking game. That's 3 points you've got to be able to bank on.
So the missed field goal, and now they're in great shape. They'll start at the 38. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb, pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Brandon, never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're still looking at 0 on the scoreboard, and they're going to be hard-pressed to do anything with his field position as they'll start at their 1-yard line.
This almost feels like you're trying to climb Mount Everest because they could put together a decent drive, get a couple of first downs, maybe a 3rd one, and still not even get to midfield. That's a daunting task for this offense.
Now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Throw it, Mariota. Buying time to his left. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a first down. Now it's a bootleg with Mariota. He'll let this go deep for runs. And this one is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And Jacobs, I don't think is going to get there. No. It appears they're going to mark him short of the first. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. That's taken on the 25. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
You know, you're following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under. CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Now Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Mariota and the Raiders now come up 1st and 10 at their own 21. He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
What do you think, Brandon? I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Mariota now. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you. Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give them 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas first.
And there's a typical run by Josh Jacobs, one where as a defender, you have to make a decision about how you approach him because he's awfully physical with the ball in his hands. 12 touchdowns on the ground last year after 7 as a rookie, and he's a 1,000-yard rusher in each of his first 2 seasons. Wouldn't surprise me with enough touches, he can easily crack the 1,500-yard mark.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. To throw is Mariota. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. What a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football and caused the pick.
And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it downfield. If one piece of that puzzle gets disrupted, it affects the entire chance of success.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Raiders' 30-yard line.
Mayfield on play action. This is the tight end, Njoku. And they move this all the way down to the 9. The end result, 21 yards.
Remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Chubb. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
They'll try again with Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and it's now 14-0. is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now to return it, here's Kenyon Drake. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
On second down, it's Jacobs. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Mariota now to throw on first down. He'll set up the screen to Drake. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a second and long. From the gun, Mariota. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack.
Fuller run show Fatukasi. Gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
The Raiders on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Mariota to throw it. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Drake. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched?
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Jonathan Abram picks it. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Mariota. The open man here, Renfro. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
On first down, Jacobs. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Malik Jackson there to make the stop.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing is Mariota. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Mariota. This is going to be caught. It's John Brown. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And that one makes it 14-7.
Makes the score Browns 14, Raiders 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here, up to the 34. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Mayfield now. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
At the 49-yard line.
From just shy of midfield, Mayfield. There's the rookie from Auburn, Anthony Schwartz. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Mayfield going to throw deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session. But, Coach, I was throwing to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
Mayfield with it once more. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas.
And the Raiders are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good, and then you give up the touchdown on the last drive, now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Picked by the rookie Greg Newsome. And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half.
So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want us to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Mayfield off the play fake. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. And he's a little bit on the shorter side.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now 21-7. On the return comes Drake. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now Mariota. He's got a man. It's his fullback. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make it a second down.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
On play action, Mariota.
That'll be checked down to Drake.
And he's taken down inside the 30. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. It was a solid check down there with pressure coming, wasn't it?
It was, because you're trying to go through your progression, and when you have that type of pressure in your face, it changes what you're doing and how fast you have to do your reads and able to come back and find him in open space. That's a really nice play.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked by Jarrett Wilson. And the Brownsons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this two-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. The Browns drive about to get started. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
6 yards left on 2nd down. They run it again with Chubb. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. Chubb will have the first down and much more. And he'll wind up taking this all the way down to the Raiders' 26. 80 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. And this one's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Mayfield to throw it. They set up the screen to Chubb. Touchdown, Browns! Nick Chubb becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Browns add on to their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. On the return comes Drake. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. 5 yards remain on 2nd down. They go play action. Mariota. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Chubb. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a third time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
2nd and goal from the 1. Mayfield going to take it on the sneak. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Baker Mayfield keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. On the return comes Drake. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. The 40. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Raiders. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give them a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
104 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
A good gain on first. Has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. A give. This is Chubb. Chubb will have the first down and much more. And he's in for the score, and his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
So he's in for his third score of the game, and the defense probably saying, man, we don't want to see this guy for a long time.
It's bad enough when anyone scores a touchdown against you, but for one person to get three, it almost sets him apart from the rest of the game, and no one likes to see any of those players on a pedestal, not from the defensive point of view.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return comes Drake.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Powers by at the 40. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
Nice sharp run there by Kenyon Drake, and he's awfully tough to get on the ground. And how about this Raiders backfield? Is certainly not lacking for punch, having signed Drake this year and already having Josh Jacobs in the backfield. Now Drake, he's never had a 1,000-yard season, but last year in Arizona was his best yet. 955 yards and 10 rushing touchdowns, plus he can catch it swinging out of the backfield.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And now here's another interception.
Picked by the rookie Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
But to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6th one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile.
Second down, here's Chubb again.
7 yards there and a first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They go play action. Mayfield. Now Mayfield lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field, and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
4 yards remain for second down.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They got the ball in great field position after the fumble, but this defense tried to stand tall.
They certainly are, and a lot of times after you pick up a fumble or get an interception, you have momentum on your side. You kind of walk through a defense and score. Not so fast, not in this case.
Now Mariota. The quick slant caught. Touchdown. Delaney Walker. His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Raiders get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
Now a hit and a loose football. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And now off to the races down the right side. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. He'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb. He can't get him down. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. 180 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Chubb evades the tackler, and now some space. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Mayfield looks to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
The Browns on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. Pretty sizable gain of 8 that time on the keeper, but now it's 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
He's got it up to the 15. Showed off some fancy footwork there on the play. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Throwing, Mariota. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. To throw is Mariota. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's a bootleg with Mariota. Incomplete to the tight end Walker, right side. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Mariota again. He dumps it off to Drake. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Play action now. Mariota. This goes out wide for Drake. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 27-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Mariota on first down. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
To throw again on second down, Mariota. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Counter play with Jacobs. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. Caught out right by Renfro. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. From the gun, it's Drake. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Kenyon Drake with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Raiders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Shreds the tackle.
He was brought down by Trayvon Mullen.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And some room to work. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line.
243 yards for him on the ground as this has been a night to remember to this point.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
He kept it in his hands and tried to push it across the goal line himself, but the defensive front wouldn't allow him to do so, bringing up 2nd down and a bit farther.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
As an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Browns, they're not going to go quietly here as the win moves them now to 8-6 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers.
Meanwhile, for Las Vegas,
they've plummeted now to 3-11. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Denver Broncos.